Okay, for day one, we're going to talk about what is mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't something you can go and like order on Amazon. You can't go to the grocery store and pick it up. You know, mindfulness you already possess. It's in you. It's just awareness of what's happening right now. And so that's what kind of nice thing about doing a yoga practice or meditation practice or even something like flow state is that it brings you into that present moment. And it's really hard when we have a lot of things, a lot of distractions, our phones, social media, TV, people that are always giving us inputs, that it's really hard to set aside time to extract yourself from all those distractions, basically, and tune in to what's happening inside. And there's probably a lot going on in there if you're not normally sitting down to meditate or doing yoga, or it can be even as subtle as like going to walk on the beach or walk in the park, going on a hike. And instead of always maybe talking to somebody or looking at your phone while you're doing it, just being present in the moment, like letting your eyes scan the scenery, taking in details of what's around you, using the other senses, your ears, your sense of smell, okay? Because what happens as we practice more and more mindfulness and we grow our meditation practice, we start to really develop this sixth sense, this extra sense that we're not always tapping into, okay? This intuition, the energy field that's around us, but that we aren't used to default. We use our eyes so much in like what we're reading or what we're working on or what we're looking on, that there's other senses working that we just don't notice. So mindfulness helps you by doing this more and more often. It helps you start to get in tune with like, oh, there's more to me than what I'm seeing. Not only is there more to me internally, but there's more to me on an energetic field. And maybe between the mindfulness and the meditation, you start to notice that. So one of the best ways to do that is obviously through breath work. By connecting with our breath and slowing down, it gives us an anchoring point. Our mind can focus on just that inhale, just that exhale. It cleanses the body too. It's a very hard thing sometimes to do, to sit there and do breath work, because it doesn't sound maybe always fun, but the more and more you do it, you start to get a little rush from it. It can actually be a little bit of addicting, and it's a really good tool if you're stressed and you just want to clear your head or recenter yourself. So some of the other breathwork exercises that we put in here would definitely be good to do, or the ones that we have in our meditation and yoga practice are also very good to do. The first two questions I want to pose today, though, are bringing your awareness to what happiness would be defined for you. What makes you happy? And it's funny because a lot of people to me say they're happy, but then they don't look happy. They're not smiling. They're not very energetic. I used to yell at Victor for this, and he's like, "What do you want me to woohoo?" And I'm like, "No, that you just know there's an aura about you when you're happy or when you're not happy." And he, it's amazing the shift that he's had being in Montana, and how much you can just see the happiness. It's just oozing out of him. So finding out what exactly that is and trying to think about maybe what was a time that I was happy when, so I highly recommend, like, when we end this, go right to sit in silence with these questions in like, what makes me happy? Or when was a time that I was happy? Or if I could look forward, if you have a good third eye open or an open third eye, what would my happiness look like later? I usually talk to Victor about, like, if he's working with clients, like, oh, how can I help them with this? I said, well, what would be their win? What would be their success? I know for us, this is really great, but my win would definitely be to have this house and return to more of a life on the road. And there's more elements. Don't try to look at it beyond just career. Like, we want to include career. We want to include our health, our relationships, our physical being. Like, what do we do? What do we engage our bodies in? Where are we challenging our mind? All of that lays a foundation for happiness. And so really thinking through all of those, and try to strip away if there's if you end up writing things that you're question them and go like, is this a belief system that I've been told or that it truly is coming from within? Meaning, let's say I just wanted to say, oh, success would be for my kids to have a high-paying job with a big company. Well, maybe that would have been you guys know me well enough probably that's not what happiness would be for me, but it's okay if it is for you. It's just maybe that would have been something that I thought, oh, well, isn't that why everyone pushes their kids when they're young so they get in a good college, so they get a really good job? And like for me, I was like, well, no, I really want my kids to want to call me, to never feel like they have to call me. I want them to be like, oh, Mom, guess what we're doing today? I want to be involved in their life. So I had to step back and be like, oh, happiness would mean a really deep connection with my kids. How do I create that? What does that look like? What is happiness in a day-to-day or in a week come down to? And that is a big question. I know it's a really big question. So start with that, and maybe also taking a moment to notice your home, your sense of home, your actual home. What's the home feel like? Or what's that sense of home that you might be attached to? Because as we think about our happiness, I think it overlays a lot with how we define meaning. If happiness was to go do something crazy like we did and move into an RV and travel, that would disrupt a sense of home for a lot of people. And I'm not saying that that's what you should do. I'm just saying that would disrupt. You feel like home maybe means safety or security. And so, or is home comfort? Could I recreate safety and security somewhere else? Could I recreate comfort somewhere else? And the goal with posing the home and the happiness is to, lastly, question, can I get that sense of happiness and sense of home without anything else? Can I find that sense of happiness and home inside my own being? Connecting with the energy inside, connecting with my breath, feeling the space between breaths. Is there somewhere in there, and you probably think I'm crazy at first, like, Robin, what are you talking about? But the more and more you do practice mindfulness, the more you do meditation, the more you're setting aside time to reflect, you might start to pick up that, oh, wait, my home is with me everywhere I go. My home's in me. And to find that, to connect with that is really empowering. That's the best word. Okay, so give day one a try, go straight to your journaling. Actually, you should go to a meditation first, set a timer for 15 minutes, or go over to our meditation course and do one of those, and then take a few minutes, good 15 minutes to journal. What does happiness look like for you? What would a sense of home mean? What does a sense of home mean to you? And maybe take notice, like, do you have much of that internally right now? Yes, I feel very much sense of home inside my body. I can take it wherever I go. I can reconnect with it easily, or I don't feel that. I need those walls because those walls make me feel safe.